So I've been going on and on talking for like 4 or 5 minutes about what I'm going to do, and there was no sound, so that video was no good. So anyway, I'm second coating everything, and then I'm going to paint all the battens ahead before we nail them on. But so after that, I want to get the painting done so it can just dry and be really good. Then we'll get up there and work on the roofing. So I got 3/4 of this side painted, second coat. There'll be wood trim around all these windows, and we'll seal up the top really well. Okay, so I won't bore you with watching paint dry. I did just, let's see, 3 hours ago, came from an orthopedic surgeon, and about my knees. Apparently they're bone on bone. The cartilage is all gone. So they gave me a steroid shot in each knee. So I'm not feeling any, not feeling any pain. They should have given me one in the head, right? So anyway, they're going to look at it in a few months and see if there needs to be knee replacements or whatnot, but they want to see how the cortisone shot goes for now. All right, so I'll finish painting and then I'll be right back. So the entire building is second coated. You'll notice I wasn't too fussy about paint on the brick mold. I'm actually going to trim this out with metal coil stock, and match this profile all the way around. It's going to be black. The trim it's going to be beautiful. All the fascia and soffit all the way around is going to be black, and the corners are going to be black. And this door. The windows are going to stay white because they're vinyl. I didn't want to paint it, and my experience is as it expands, contracts, the paint would just come off. So that's what we're going to do. So now on to painting battens. I'm going to be a little closer to my work this time. I don't have that extension handle. So I'm going to wear gloves and paint away. I'm going to do about probably 60 of these. I have a smaller, like a 3 or 4 inch roller somewhere. No idea where. Yes, 1 times 60. I'll paint all 4 sides. I've had this staining rack for years. It works really great. Wow. Kenny, you missed a whole bunch. This will be getting 2 coats anyway, so it'll get covered. Wow, this is just another beautiful, it's a sunny afternoon. Nice breeze. Okay, So I won't bore you with all of this. That's 2 out of 60. So I'll be back in a little bit. Well, this is it. Big day. Going to work on putting on the roof. Going to start with insulation and strapping. Get that all set and then go from there. I put a set of wood block on the back to keep the door open. Oh, Kaiya found it. She's chewing on it. I got to go get that. So Kaiya, we kind of need to come to an understanding. Okay, I know it's her new sitting area, and she thinks that's hers, but it's not. This is for the door, okay? It's for the door. All right. Get your own block, all right? So I need this to hold the door open. What are you doing up here? This is going to be an issue. Okay. We'll get a ladder in here. Get some measurements. No, okay. No. I don't know. Why do you think? What are you thinking? Let's get this started. So it should be, theoretically, if I get the measurement across here, I'm going to make it the same all the way, width-wise, all the way up through. These gussets, I'm hoping I can take a pipe clamp and compress it enough so that the rigid insulation conforms to it really well. We'll see how that goes. If not, I'll do something a little different. 22.5, exactly as it should be. Just to check. Where are we up here? 22 and 5/16, so it's close. Those trusses move pretty easily. One thing I still have to do, right here in the middle, I'm going to use a pipe clamp to draw the trusses together and nail off that side. So I gotta move this shower. The shower is kind of in the way here, but it has to be in here. Yeah, it's a little bulky. These showers are super smooth, but not so much on the back. The fiberglass, a lot of it sticks out and it's easy to get pricked with it. So I'm being careful. Oh yeah. Okay, let's try that. All these trusses are nailed off on that side. They're all loose on this side, but the top plate, they're all marked. So when I run 2 clamps across, that will, I can tighten it up real easily. The tricky part will just be getting the clamps on without smashing that beautiful window. Okay. I've lined the rafter up on the marks up here. Oh yeah, it's drawing up very nicely. Pull a measurement across here. Perfect. Outside of sheathing to outside of sheathing on that end was 97 1/8, and that's what I've got here. It's pinched down real well. Okay, get this out of the way. I'm really concerned about it falling off and breaking that window. That would be bad. There we go. Someone had expressed concern about the size of the bird's mouth, how I brought it down so much. Two reasons. One, I'm trying to keep the overall height of the building down. So what normally might have been maybe a 3/4 inch to an inch bird's mouth is probably 1 3/4 to 2 inches. But so I've nailed on the top, and I'm going to nail through here. The concern that they had was the structural integrity of it's going to be weak, but once you nail this in, it's going to be solid. So that's what I did, or what I'm doing. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. .22.5 will be the first rip. Let's go inside and rip it. Okay, I've set the fence at 22.5 inches. The first 2 bays are 22.5, so I ripped 2 of them. Now we'll go back out and put them up. Well, let's see how this is going to work. Basically, I'm leaving the bottom edge just squared off, and I'm coming flush to the front corner, or the inside corner of the top plate. That's my goal. And then, so it'd be something like that. So with these plywood gussets on, it leaves a gap in here. I'm going to see if I can just compress that enough with a pipe clamp without actually cutting it. If not, if it doesn't work, I'll cut it. I'm just going to snug it up. I want to make sure this is good all the way on top, that it's not sticking up above. Looks good there. It looks gooder there. Okay. I think that's going to work. It looks like it will. Once I get it tight, then I'll run a piece of strapping across to hold it. That's good, good. Oh yeah, very nice. So you can see a pinch of daylight right here. Let me show you what from up above what I'm going to do with that. So you can see this kind of a space along here. I'm going to cut a beveled scrap piece to fill that in all the way out to the edge. Then we've maintained a good seal right there. We'll do that on all of them. And you can see right up here, it compressed it really well. Same over there. So now I'll draw a line across, and I'll cut it to match this angle. Then I'll take the leftover and fit it underneath for that side. Okay, that looks good. Nice and tight there. So this one will come under this side. And the angle should match under here. I'll have to loosen this up again. Hopefully I don't lose everything. So that steroid shot I had in both knees yesterday, my knees are feeling great today. I think that's from the pain med that they put in there, the numbing agent or whatever. With the first 2 feet done now, I can set the shower kind of just over here out out of the way in the corner. There, I should be able to work around that the rest of the way through. Onto the second sheet, second row. Definitely gaining little by little. So I cut this one. The writing's going to be down on this one. Oh boy. And I've gone to cutting it to length. Just a lot easier. Cut the angle, notch in for the plywood. Because I really want nice tight fits. Oh yeah. So this is pretty slow going, but I do want to make sure that everything is a nice tight fit. You can't do it after it's all closed up. Oh, look. Look at that. I like that. Kenny said he likes that. Pipe clamp, please. Having some pretty good conversations with myself because Chad and Dan aren't here anymore. well, Dan was here the other day. I love how as you close it in, you start to feel the kind of the muffled sound of a room once it's enclosed. Quite often when we did garages, we'd notice that after we get the sheathing on, you know, it's just a different sound inside. Very good. Three pieces left to go, of which this is one of them. Perfect. I may have to go out on the porch to set this one. Excuse me. Ooh. Last piece, here we go. Perfect. I was going to say, usually the last piece is the hardest. There it is. Nice. Let's take just a little look around here. You can see a lot of daylight, but that will be, when I fit in those little pieces, that will take care of that. Let's go outside and see it. Looks pretty good. Nailing on the sub fascia now. For over the road, you're only allowed 8 feet 6 inches without a wide load permit. So I'm having to go with it's only going to be 1.5 inch fascia. And then you have the drip edge and then you have the roofing. So by that time, I'm probably maybe 8'8". So I'm pushing it just a little bit, trying to get all I can. So I'm going to have an 8-inch overhang on the front and 8-inch on the back. I've made a mark here, so I know, and I made a mark on the 2x4. so I know right where to nail it to give me that 8-inch overhang. Easy as that. Right there. That looks good going up through there. Right there. I'll go down there and just, this has a little flex to it, so I'll secure that. Now I'll go down on the other end. Very good. Nice, very nice. Now I'll get a measurement going this way for the last piece. You can't really see this detail very well, but I ripped on the table saw these at an angle so that when they sit, I'll go up there and show you. I think I showed you from inside where the full sheets ended right at the wall. I just needed insulation over the top of the wall. So that works. This will work really well. It's just a friction fit. Very good. Nice. Just like that. I'll do the rest of them. Then I'll finish strapping the roof. So the strapping, I'm bringing right to the edge here. The strapping is like 16 feet, 3/4 of an inch. So it'll be flushed here and on the other end. Right here. And from here, I'm going to run strapping every 16 inches, so that really there'll just be 2 of them. It's about 53 inches or something like that. I'm using 3 framing nails in each piece of strapping because going down the road I want to make sure this is not going to come off. Okay, now I can use a regular extension ladder. The roof is all strapped, so the next process is I have to build this overhang, and I took a measurement for a rake or a fly rafter, whatever your pleasure might be to name it, and I'm going to nail those on. That looks pretty good. I'll build these to build it out to here, so we have a nice little, be an 8-inch overhang on both ends. So that's the next process. I need to cut the rake blocks. I need 3, 6, 9, 12 at 5 inches long. Getting to use up a lot of some of the scrap wood finally. Everything's all set up. I like to build these on the floor because there's no bounce and you can work it if you need to. These are really short, small rakes, fly rafters. So there'll be a block here, here, and here. And the location isn't critical, just kind of a spacer. So let's nail them up. I always set the block to the short point. About halfway-ish. Ta-da! Let's go put them up. This is usually a two-person job, but these are smaller, so they're not as hard to deal with. So there, it creates the overhang. What I'm doing, I'm making it come up flush to the top of the strapping, so that when I screw the roofing on, it'll be nice and flat all the way across there. Perfect. All right, and we'll go around, do the front. That completes this video. Hope you enjoyed it. So it's ready for the next video. We'll be putting the roof wrap on. So it's all dried in, and we're waiting on roofing. It should arrive any day. I was hoping it would be here today. Hasn't arrived. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day. Hey, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit the comment. No, hit the like. Leave a comment. Why can't I get all that straight? I don't know. Have a great day. Thanks. See you later. Okay, Kaiya. You ready?